Give me a minute because the Russian papers are tying themselves in knots trying to report this story. I'm loving this so much. So dig it, right? There are protests here in Kyiv, which if you follow the channel, they're none of our business. It's a Ukrainian matter. It's between them. And for right now, we're seeing democracy in action. That's my take on it, right? Now down the line might be other issues, but for right now, this is an internal matter for the Ukrainians to deal with, and they're dealing with it the way we expect a civilized country to deal with it, right? The right of the people to peaceably assemble for the redress of grievances is living large here in Kyiv. Okay. Here's the thing. Ukrainian civil society is doing for itself, because that's how democracies function, what 3.5 years of war and Russian propaganda could not do: bring Ukrainians to the street to protest. The Russians are desperate to capitalize on this, to say that it's so division inside of Ukraine and Zelensky is done and all this nonsense. And they can't. They can't. Not inside Russia anyway. Right now, outside Russia it might be different. You tell me, on your social media, are you seeing Russian trolls saying things like, Zelensky is done, the people are in the streets, the Nazi regime is over, yada, yada? Are you seeing that in your social media? I'm seeing very little of it. And I think I know why. Because what you're seeing is a true grassroots movement, a democratic movement in a free society. And that is the thing that scares the shit out of Putin more than anything. One of the greatest lies that the Putin regime has told its people is that they have no power. And the last thing that the Russian press is going to do is publish lots of pictures of the people taking their power to the streets. That is, so the Russian papers are making a big deal that these are all hired actors. Where have we heard that before, America? Hired actors, because there's no such thing as a populist movement. There's no such thing as power of the people. It's all a show created by Hollywood. This deep cynicism is so entrenched in Russian consciousness that for 3.5 years of war, the Russian people have been unable to object. Completely unable. Guy walks into Red Square with a blank piece of paper, gets arrested, sent to jail for 8 years. The people have no power. That's what every autocratic dictator in the world wants you to believe, that you are powerless. Don't believe it. It's a fucking lie. And I'll tell you something. I mean, in a lot of ways, I'm a good example of the fact that people are not powerless. On the other side of the world, there was a war that I thought was so important, and so important for the Ukrainians to win, that I got off my ass, I came to Kyiv, and for the last 2.5 years, all of you have been listening to me talk about this war. And many of you have said very kind things, which I appreciate. Don't tell me that people don't make a difference. That is the lie that the totalitarians want you to believe, to keep you paralyzed and powerless. You have power, just as the people of Ukraine do. And that's why the Russians can't capitalize on this political moment, because they don't want their own people to think that if they took to the streets, they might be able to get something done too. Ta.